They do have good palates, so I have to say. He loves Clams Casino. He loves shrimp scampi. They both love lobster, steak, meatloaf.
There you go.
Good taste.
You guys gotta learn to like some cheaper things.
Yeah.
All right, so what was your initial reaction when the pandemic kind of started? What was your Mass life like before, and then kind of walk me through what happened like March 13th, 2020 to you guys?
Well, weekly Mass attendance went to 0, and it started, the trickle was school was shut down. Bring home enough things for a week. And then it became 2 weeks, and then the churches were shut down. It was one thing after another, and it was very unsettling. It was like the rug was pulled out from under you, because starting the week off attending Mass grounds me, so that was very unsettling, and not knowing what was going to happen was confusing.
Everything sort of just went in like a trickling kind of way. Like it was this, and then it was that, and it was that. I remember I heard when Broadway shut, and I was, as a dancer, I was like, oh gosh.
We went to church and then we didn't.
Yeah, I was going to church in New Jersey, and I remember I went a couple times, and they were talking about, it was like the first I heard of it, they were like asking people to wear masks, and they were talking about we're all going to be super careful. I hadn't even heard of COVID yet, and I was like, I didn't really know what they were talking about. I thought they're kind of overreacting to something, but it turned out not to be overreacting apparently. So, yeah, and just had to watch Mass online, and everything kind of went to where you were kind of shut in by yourself a lot.
Now, what was the point when you guys decided it was time to come back? Was it somebody inviting you, or was it kind of a calling, maybe like kind of like a nudge, like I think it's time? Was it like a longing? What did it feel like? What pulled you back? Was it I'm dying for coffee hours, or what was it?
I think for me it was definitely the calling that it was time to go back. I was also, though, considering the local Monroe County numbers and what the rates were, because Nicholas has an underlying condition with reactive asthma, so for him to get COVID would have been
Not good.
pretty serious, right? Not good. And so we were balancing all of the health concerns we had with just this big, dark, empty, missing piece of our lives, for so long, that needed to get renewed and rejuvenated and fulfilled. So when we made that decision to come back as a family, I was very happy that there were the Mass sections, and everything was chained off, so we had the proper spacing. We actually chose to sit in the very back. Now you have the option, you can wear a mask or not wear a mask, which I think is the best way to handle it, because everybody has different comfort levels. Yet it shows that everyone is welcome, regardless of your personal beliefs or medical needs regarding the current pandemic, and it still allows everybody to come back as a congregation in a worship space and as a family to celebrate Mass together, which is the way it should be.
Like, what would be your message now to someone who is not sure about coming back or not?
I encourage anybody who hasn't yet made the commitment to come back to Mass to do so, because celebrating as a congregation is just a more inclusive and fulfilling way to celebrate Mass and in the sacrament of Holy Communion. If there's any qualms or any concerns, I know contacting Father Verbo, he would be more than happy to address any concerns people have and point out the different areas that are set up within the church for those who are masked or not masked. So it's it's worth a try. I would definitely encourage people to come back and see what their comfort level is.
Certainly, watching Mass online is not the same thing as coming to Mass for, like I said before. It's a physical presence of Jesus at Mass, a community gathering, and being with your family and stuff. So,
And if you examine the reasons why you were going to Mass before COVID, those reasons still exist. And keeping in mind, okay, now we have the pandemic that we're dealing with, but it's worth exploring and seeing if it's right for you at this time with the accommodations the church has set up.